I'm messing up my future generations. So a lot of the things that we're struggling with right now are directly a reflection of how we see ourselves. It says that I'm supposed to buy and sell. But if I'm not comfortable in the workplace because I don't have what the other person says on their card, on my card, then how do I do my job well? I take pride in running circles around people that have more education than me. I take pride that I work hard and have more wisdom and execute better than the next guy. I take pride in it. I take pride in the fact that it says I'm born to dominate. So in any arena, I feel like I compete. Because if I don't know how to compete, I'm going to learn how to compete. Why? Because my family depended on it. Because my community is dependent on it. My church people dependent on it. So if I don't get better, how do they get better? How can I give money I don't have? How can I support something if I have not done what I needed to do it? But if I don't believe I'm the guy that's supposed to change it, then I'm not going to ever do it. And if I never do it, then I'll never see the fruit from it. So now the question becomes, well, how do I change how I think? Everybody wonder, well, how do I change how I think? Okay. Well, you become immersed in it. For me, before I went to work in the morning, I spent the first 2 hours of my day studying. Now, unless you're trying to be a preacher, you probably need to study more than just the word. Because you may be a 9 in regard to your ability to navigate through these scriptures in your Bible. Mm-hmm. But if you're a 3 in financial acumen, if you're a 3 in your financial understanding, you're going to fumble through your blessings. Like the prodigal son. He was a 3 in his ability to manage his money. So I need to learn how to manage my money if that's my area I'm struggling in. If I'm struggling in my health, I need to put time into learning how to eat. I need to put time into nutrition, understanding how the body works and what I need to be putting in it. See, for me, that was my first 2 hours of the day. Because you don't become a best-selling author if you don't do the research. So first 2 hours a day was all research. So I'm getting up at 6 in the morning, researching from 6 to 8. Then I'm going to the gym. Because not only do I want to be able to know, I want to be able to carry it. I can't carry the blessing if I'm all sickly. That's how I ended up in the place I was in the first place, because I wasn't taking care of my body. So now, each day I'm immersed in a new way of thinking. I'm renewing my mind. I'm immersed in it, and I'm looking at guys who are getting results. So I'm not looking at a guy for financial advice who's giving me spiritual advice. Because the guy who's giving me spiritual advice, that's not his area of expertise. I'm going to get an expert like Dave Burkus if I'm thinking money. If I'm thinking performance habits, I'm going to go get Brendon Burchard. So that's where each one of these things are. They're in a specific place, but I got to get that specific knowledge. So when I get that specific knowledge, now I go from a 3 to a 9. So I get my financial knowledge together. Now all of a sudden when I get money, I know what to do with it. Lord done blessed me with a new job. Now I understand 401k, I understand Roth accounts, I understand that after I pay my tithes, I should pay myself. I understand how to live within my means. I understand how to delay gratification so that I can have the success that I want. But I have to do it daily. So that was the first thing. But in order to do that, it goes back to how you see yourself. Do I see myself as somebody trying to fit in with the crowd? Or do I see myself as somebody trying to achieve the goal that God has set for me? Because what happened in the beginning is I would go to work and maybe about 2 o'clock I'd be yawning. The tired. Then somebody hit you with you need to start going to bed at night. Hey man, I've been up since 5:45 this morning. Ain't no way I'll be getting up at no 5:45. Okay, you immediately have told me that we don't need to spend a lot of time together. Right. Because what you're telling me is that you're not committed to what I'm committed to. But most people right there, they crumble. They crumble right there. When somebody else disagrees with what they're saying, Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know why I be up so early. You up so early because you're trying to get what it is that's meant to be yours. See, and once I was able to give myself permission, and I was able to see myself as having it, then I started stretching toward it. See, once you start believing that that's what you're supposed to have, now you got to reinforce that belief. And the only way to reinforce that belief is through habits. If I don't grow weary in well-doing, at some point, what? I'm going to reap. So if I keep going to the gym, if I keep eating right, I'm eventually lose the weight. If I keep studying guys who have financial acumen, I'm eventually learn what to do with my money. And guess what? When I get good in the area, God gonna give me opportunities. Okay, he know what to do with money. I can hand him some now. He'd have been faithful over the training. Now I can give him an opportunity to test it and see if it works. If I've been developing myself preaching, guess what? Eventually I'm gonna get an opportunity to preach. But if I never develop the skill, then I don't show God that I have the desire. I didn't qualify for it. You put in no work. You ain't faithful over the few things. You despise the humble beginnings. So now I'm putting in this work every day. Putting in the work, I'm writing, I'm blogging, I'm doing everything to get better in the areas that I need to get better in. One of them was my word, and the other ones was how do I get better as a person? How do I get better in my chosen field? So then I get a call from one of my friends. And she says, hey, I'm gonna be on this conference line. Tune in, hear me teach. I just appreciate your support. So I'm on the call. In the midst of the call, we have a little bit of discussion. I say something, and it hits the ear of the person who's over the call. So there, that person and my friend have a conversation. They were like, man, that was pretty deep what he said. Think he want to teach? Never thought I was going to be teaching. Didn't do it for the intention of teaching. Did it for the edification of myself. So now, I'm teaching on the call I never thought I'd be teaching on. But if I hadn't dug the well before I was thirsty, I wouldn't have been positioned to do that. If I hadn't dug the well in advance, if I hadn't considered myself first and developed myself, I couldn't have been in a position to help other people. So then now, I'm on the call. Once a week. Been on it for like 3.5 years. But now every week I have a reason to study different things. Not just one thing, but different things. So now, as I'm writing this book, I'm developing myself. I'm getting a chance to test it out. I'm getting a chance to understand. I'm getting a chance to grow. But this is what most people fall short. There ain't no check involved. There wasn't no money involved. There wasn't no recompense involved. It wasn't in front of a room of people. It was in front of people I couldn't even see. So again, I don't know if it's one person on the call or if it's 150. So this is not about me wanting to be in front of a group of people. This is not about me wanting to be seen, because I can't see them. But over the course of time, the call grows. Now people are saying, man, we had 150 people on the call last night. Really? I don't know.
Wow.
But I positioned myself by immersing myself in the transformation. See, you have to be transformed, but the only way to transform is to renew your mind. And the only way to really know if you fully transformed is to take what you learned and apply it. So that's where the process comes. Because see, now it's bearing fruit on the back end. See, I couldn't be standing here now if I wasn't there then. I couldn't stand here now talking about being a best-selling author if I never took the time to write the book. But the only way I write the book is to get out of my own way. Is to stop talking myself out of what God is trying to get me to do.